Alright, cause I'm back! What's up, how are you doing today? So in this video, man, we're gonna talk a little bit about accessories and the best builds that you can use, of course, depending on the game mode. Make sure to check out the time codes in the description. Maybe you need guidance only for co-op, maybe you need guidance only for brave battles. Of course, you know the vibes, man. When it comes to accessories, it's super straightforward, so as long as you're watching the video, don't worry, everything is gonna be easy to understand. There are multiple options, but there are gonna be items that you can always use on your units. Let's start off with spiritual pressure based units, right? Of course, because attack units and SP units have different builds. The build that I'm gonna show you right now is gonna be strictly for 1 out of 5 units. You have your SP leveled up to level 10, you don't have any other slots unlocked, so this is gonna be the best build that you can use, right? Right now we are using a no affiliation unit, so items are gonna be dependent on the no affiliation, right? We have the level 10 SP right here, and the items are gonna be the following. The affiliation item that you can access for every single type of affiliation in the game. Maybe your no affiliation, maybe your Soul Reaper, maybe your Arankar, it really doesn't matter, because you have all of these items for every type of affiliation. It's always gonna give you strong attack damage 20% and the 30% SP on the second slot that you have to roll. Next item, Fortification Pill is the best item for every type of SP unit in the game. It really doesn't matter what type of unit you are. This is a general item, so you can use it on any type of affiliation, doesn't matter, as long as you're spiritual pressure based, right? It's gonna give you focus and SP, and it's gonna take away 30% of your max stamina. And the next thing that you can swap down always, if you don't have it, is gonna be the big limited item for every type of affiliation. As I said, same type of vibes here as here, right? This type of item is accessible for any type of affiliation in the game. You cannot get it from like awakening accessories and re-rolling them together or recycling. You can only get it from summons, right? Ticket summons or banner summons on the accessories, right? If you don't have this, don't worry, swap it out to a general hollow bait. In case you don't know what that item is, it's gonna be on the screen right now. Now we have talked about the build if you're 1 out of 5. What is gonna change when you're at least 2 out of 5, right? Or for an example, Max Transcendence. You have the focus leveled up to level 10, now you can swap out one more item. The item that you're gonna swap out is gonna be the general affiliation item, which is gonna give you strong attack damage, right? You had that Katakuran Alpha before on the Noel. Right now we're gonna swap that out for a hollow bait. You would ask why, of course, right? Because you have the focus leveled up already, so that means that whenever you're gonna apply an item that is gonna give you focus, you're gonna inherit more stats from the item. Same vibes, we have the limited affiliation item for the Soul Reapers, right? If you don't have it, then you're gonna apply the item that we had before, you know, we showcased before, which is gonna be the Lieutenant Badge for the Soul Reapers, right? 20% strong attack damage item. If you don't have this one, swap it out. Fortification Pill again, you know the vibe, super good item. And we have the hollow bait, right? Of course. Why the hollow bait, right? Just because focus is insanely good if you have already some type of focus that you can access it from, right? Focus in general is critical chance until 1000 focus. At 1000, every single hit of yours is gonna be a critical strike, and after 1000, every type of focus that you're getting is gonna convert to critical damage, right? So that's why we are using a hollow bait. It gives us attack, which is gonna help just only a little bit for our strong attacks. It doesn't work super well with SP units, don't get me wrong, but it still helps just a tiny bit. But we have the focus, right, which is gonna be 30%, and the SP on the next slot, right? So these are the differences between a 1 out of 5 and 2 out of 5 units. As I said, if you don't have the limited item, you can swap it down to the strong attack damage one, and that's about it. Now the next one is going to be a Max Transcended unit. Of course, you have the 3-star SP, right? If you were lucky enough to pull it, or you have used a lot of Transcendence points here. What is going to change? Absolutely nothing is going to change. The build is going to be the same like for the 2 out of 5 units. You know, the T-Sat, the Fortification Pill, and the Hollow Bait, right? These are generally the best items for any type of SP based unit in the game. It's gonna just different. This item is gonna be always changed down to the affiliation that you have, right? As I said, if you don't have it, swap it down to the strong attack damage one. Now what is gonna happen if you were unlucky at the last Transcendence slot? For example, you pulled 1000 focus instead of the SP, right? Are you gonna throw that away? I wouldn't really suggest so, unless you're using the character in Guild Quest. If you're using the character in Guild Quest, you need the max amount of SP that you can possibly get, because the focus is gonna be somewhat inaccurate, if you know what I mean. It depends on a lot of factors, but the main idea is if you have a 1000 focus on the last slot, you can use focus substats on your items. We have tested the focus build out compared to the max SP one with the chat multiple times on stream. Always the unit that has the SP, you know, the last Transcendence slot, and has the SP on the items as well, is gonna hit consistently hard, almost the same amount of numbers always. It doesn't really matter where you're playing with the unit, right? But with the focus it's a little bit different. The SP unit is gonna hit harder, and you're usually gonna be off by 5000 damage, 6000, 4000 depending on the situation and stuff like that. It depends on a lot of factors, as I said before. It's gonna be inconsistent, right? That doesn't mean that this is gonna be bad. 5000 damage is still 5000 damage, right? If you know what I mean. It's not a bad build to have or a bad build to use at all, especially if you have the items for it and you have the brushes for it. But this is just a side note, a side build that you can use, right? As I said, if you're using the unit in Guild Quest, you need the consistency, you need the max amount of damage, and focus is not gonna be working for you then. Now let's talk about the attack characters. For the attack units, it's even easier to build than for the SP ones, I'm not gonna lie. It's super easy, super straightforward. Even at 1 out of 5, even at 2 out of 5, even at 5 out of 5, your build is always gonna be the same, right? Only some things are gonna change depending on the game mode that you're gonna play, but the standard build is always gonna be the same. Golden Chappie, normal Chappie, and a hollow bait, right? This is gonna be for every type of NAD unit that you can use in the game. And why these? Just because you're never gonna use strong attacks anyways, and your strong attacks are totally unusable and not meant to be done damage. You're gonna use the chappies, which are gonna reduce your SP to 0, and you're gonna roll attack for these items, right? Hollow bait, fantastic item. Focus works well with the attack as well, you know, with the attack characters, and you're gonna get attack as well from the substat. If you don't have the golden chappie, don't worry, you can use another item that is gonna be the affiliation version of the normal attack, right? We had before the strong attack damage 20% affiliation item for the SP units. We have the same thing for the net characters as well. The only thing that is changing is that it's gonna give you normal attack damage 20%. That's it, literally. As I said before, if you're getting focused on the unit, worry not, bro, you can use the same build, you know, focus on the second effects. And it's gonna be, again, as I said, a little bit inconsistent, but do not keep the focus if you're using the unit in Guild Quest, right? In Guild Quest, you know, any inconsistency can hurt your clear time. So it's better to have the max attack, you know, if you're using the unit in Guild Quest. If you're playing co-op, it's super straightforward again. The only thing that you have to do is applying a Tenshi tie for your unit. Especially when you're the host, right? If you're the host of the room, you need the Tenshi tie to nuke harder with your special move. In this scenario, I don't have the T-set for the green characters, so the build is gonna be the following. Fortification build, Tenshi tie, and hollow bait, right? But if you have the T-set, make sure to change down the hollow bait and apply the T-set instead, because it's way better. If you don't have it, this is how your build is gonna look like most of the times, I'm not gonna lie. If you're joining to random persons, Tenshi tie is not, you know, needed, but still you can use it if you want to. If you're wondering about the build in Epic Raids, it's gonna be the same thing as for the PVE content as well. You know, fortification build, hollow bait, and the limited item. If you don't have the limited item, swap it down to the affiliation item with the strong attack damage, right? And for the attack characters, you know the vibes. Golden chappie, hollow bait, normal chappie. If you don't have the golden chappie, swap it down to the normal attack damage affiliation item, right? You can use a Tenshi type, feel free to do so, especially if the raid is super easy, or your character is Max Transcended, or you have a bombardment special move by base. But generally it's gonna be the same thing as for the PvE content. Now for the brave buttons, the best build without a doubt is the defense build, but only if you have the defense Transcendence slot leveled up. Besides that, it would be stamina or attack depending on how your Transcendence slots are, right? So if your unit is 1 out of 5 with only attack, then definitely the attack substats would be the best one. In this occasion, I have the defense and the stamina worked on as well, so I'm using defense substats on the chappies, right? There are two items that you're always gonna use on your Brave Battle characters, and that's gonna be the normal chappie because it's accessible for most of the people, and the electric guitar. The guitar can be farmed from the power-up missions. I'm gonna have it on the screen right now. It's a super good item because it will give you stamina, defense, and you can roll stamina, defense, or attack for it, right? For the tank characters, there are only 3 viable options. Or you're gonna do a full defense build, or you're gonna do a full attack build, right, for an example, or you're gonna do a full stamina build, right? You have the stamina here, and you're gonna have stamina on your accessories, right, if you know what I mean. If you're not 5 out of 5 and you have the defense or the stamina, I would rather go with the defense than the stamina, right? But if you're 5 out of 5 and you unfortunately got the stamina, I mean, hey, stamina is not bad. Stamina would be the second best thing that you can roll for your units other than the defense, right? Because you can hit an insane amount of stamina with just a stamina build. If you don't have the golden chappie, don't worry, you can swap it down. I know it's a limited item, I know that it's good, but it doesn't mean that everyone is gonna have it. If you don't have the golden chappie, I would generally go with a captain's robe with max stamina, max attack, max defense, as I said before, depending on your unit. What you have, right? What you have on your unit. Or, if you don't want to use a captain's robe, and you're gonna go with a full aggressive like build, you can use a wooden sword with max attack on the last slot, right? I have stamina like applied here, so you know, wooden sword with the best attack here, you know what you have. Everything is gonna depend on your Transcendence slot or the enemies that you're gonna face, you know, like of course we are usually getting like new Brave Battle characters, so you have to adjust. You never know what type of like enemies you're gonna face, but thankfully you can see what the enemy person is using. You know, I can see the Transcendence, I can see the links, I can see the items, stuff like that, so choose wisely, you know, of course, but generally golden chappie, normal chappie, and the electric guitar is gonna be like the best build that you can choose. One more thing to add to the video, please never use these items in the game. These items were good back in the days, like 3-4 years ago, but it's not the case anymore. These are the worst items in the game, and unless you're a day 1 player and you really don't have anything else to use because you have like only like 10 accessories, never use these items. Popples dispenser, golden Yuki, normal Yuki dispenser, golden popples. These are giving you a significant increase on the attack and the stamina, or on the SP on the stamina, but they are taking away one of the most valuable stats from the character, and that's gonna be the focus, right? And that's one of the best stats for you to do damage in the game. Even if you're getting these increases and you see the stats rise up, it really doesn't matter. These are just not viable items anymore, so please do not use them because they can hurt your damage by a lot. The only game mode that we haven't talked about is gonna be the guild quest. I don't want to talk about the guild quest builds or links or characters or this and that, just because it's super long, and the next thing is gonna be that it depends on a lot of factors and scenarios and rounds of the guild quest, right? If you have this phase with these characters, with this team, you're gonna use this type of items. If you have that type of Transcendence, these items, that type of vibes, you know, nuking the quest. And for the arena, we don't really have to talk about items because you can't use items right there. So if you guys want to see a video where I'm breaking down the guild quest items and links and characters and this and that, what you have to use, definitely let me know in the comment section below. As I said, we could chat about the guild quest vibes for 30 minutes, and I don't want to drag this video out that much. It's a different game mode with different strategies, with different links, different scenarios, right? Hopefully the video was informative enough. Thank you so much for watching the video. Feel free to sub to the channel if you like the content. It helps me out a lot and you're not gonna miss these videos in the future. And you know the vibes, man, wherever you are. Have a great day/night. And I truly hope I will see you the next one. Take care and bye-bye.